The fall of Adam, why night and day created. When God, who is merciful and full of pity, heard Adam's voice, he said unto him, 2. O Adam, so long as the good angel was obedient to me, a bright light rested on him and on his host. 3. But when he transgressed my commandment, I deprived him on that bright nature, and he became dark. 4. And when he was in heavens, in the alms of light, he knew not of darkness. 5. But he transgressed, and I made him fall from heaven upon the earth, and it was this darkness that came upon him. 6. And O thee, while in my garden, and obedient to me, did that bright light rest also. 7. But when I heard thy transgression, I deprived thee of that bright light, yet, of my mercy, I did not turn thee into darkness, but I made thee the body of flesh, over which I spread this skin, in order that it may bear cold and heat. 8. If I had let my wrath fall heavily upon thee, I should have destroyed thee. 9. But in my mercy, I have made thee as thou art, when thou didst transgress my commandment, O Adam, I drove thee from my garden, and made thee come forth into this land. And I commanded thee to dwell in this cave, and darkness came upon thee, as it did upon him who transgressed my commandment. 10. Thus, O Adam, has this night deceived thee, it is not to last forever, but it only of 12 hours, when it is over, daylight will return. 11. Sigh not, therefore, neither be moved, and say not in thy heart that these darkness is long and drags on wearily, and say not in thy heart that I plague thee with it. 12. Strengthen thy heart, and be not afraid, this darkness is not a punishment, but, O Adam, I have made the day, and have placed the sun in it to give light, in order that thou and thy children should do your work. 13. For I knew that thou shouldest sin and transgress, and come out into this land, yet would I not force thee, nor be hurt upon thee, nor shut up, nor doom thee through thy fall, nor through thy coming out from light into darkness, nor yet through thy coining from the garden into this land. 14. For I made thee of the light, and I will to bring out children of light from thee and like unto thee. 15. But thou didst not keep one day my commandment, until I had finished the creation and blessed everything in it. 16. Then I commanded thee, concerning the tree, that thou eat not thereof, yet I knew that Satan, who deceived himself, would also deceive thee. 17. So I made known to thee by means of the tree, not to come near him, and I told thee not eat of the fruit thereof nor taste of it, nor yet to sit under it, nor to yield to it. 18. Had I not been and spoken to thee, O Adam, concerning the tree, and had I left thee without commandment, and thou hadst sinned, it would have been an offense on my part. For that having given thee any order, thou would turn round and blame me for it. 19. But I commanded thee and warned thee, and thou didst fall, so that my creatures cannot blame, but the blame rests on them alone. 20. And O Adam, I have made the day for thee, and for thy children after thee, for them to work, and toil therein, and I have the night for them to rest in it from their work, and for the beast of the field to go forth by night and seek their food. 21. But little of darkness now remains, O Adam, and daylight will soon appear. Chapter 14. The earliest prophecy of the coming of Christ. Then Adam said unto God, O Lord, take thou my soul, and let me not see this gloom any more, or remove me to some place where there is no darkness. 2. But God the Lord said to Adam, Verily I say unto thee, this darkness will pass from thee, every day I have it determined for thee, until the fulfillment of my covenant, when I will save thee and bring thee back again in the garden, into the abode of light thou longest for, wherein is no darkness, I will bring thee to it in the kingdom of heaven. 3. Again said God unto Adam, All this misery that thou hast been made to take upon thee because of thy transgression, will not free thee from the hand of Satan, and will not save thee. 4. But I will, when I shall come down from heaven, and shall become flesh of thy seed, and take upon me the infirmity from which thou sufferest, then the darkness that came upon thee In this cave shall come upon me in the grave, when I am in the flesh of thy seed. 5. And I, who am without years, shall be subject to the reckoning of years, of times, of months, and of days, and I shall be reckoned as one of the sins of men, in order to save thee. 6. And God ceased to commune with Adam. Then Adam and Eve wept and sorrowed by reason of God's sword to them, that they should not return to the garden, until the fulfillment of the days decreed upon them. But mostly because of God had told them that he should suffer for their salvation. The first sunrise, Adam and Eve think it is a fire coming to burn them. After this Adam and Eve ceased not to stand in the cave, praying and weeping until the morning dawned upon them. 2. And when they saw the light return to them, they restrained from fear and strengthened their hearts. 6. Then Adam began to come out the cave, and when he came to the mouth of it, and stood and turned his face toward the east, and saw the sun rise in glowing rays, and felt the heat thereof on his body, he was afraid of it, and thought in his heart that this flame came forth to plague him. 4. He wept then, and smote upon his breast, and fell upon the earth on his face and made his request, saying, 5. O Lord, plague me not, neither consume me, nor yet take away my life from the earth. 6. For he thought the sun was God. 7. Inasmuch as while he was in the garden and heard the voice of God and the sound he made in the garden, and feared him, Adam never saw the brilliant light of the sun, neither did the flaming heat thereof touch his body. 8. Therefore was he afraid of the sun when flaming rays of it reached him, he thought God meant to plague him therewith all the days he had decreed for him. 9. For Adam also said in his thoughts, as God did not plague us with darkness, behold, he has caused this sun to rise and to plague us with burning heat. 10. But while he was thus thinking in his heart, the word of God came unto him and said, 11. O Adam, rise and stand up, this sun is not God, but it has been created to give light by day, of which I spake unto thee in the cave, saying, that the dawn would break forth, and there would be light by day. 12. But I am God who comforted thee in the night. 13. And God ceased to commune with Adam. The chapter of the serpent. Then Adam and Eve came out at the mouth of the cave, and went toward the garden. 2. But as they drew near to it, before the western gate, from which Satan came when he deceived Adam and Eve, they found the serpent that became Satan coming at the gate, and sorrowfully licking the dust, and wriggling on its beast on the ground, by reason of the curse that fell upon it from God. 3. And whereas aforetime the serpent was most exalted of all the beasts, now it was changed and become slippery, and the meanest of them all, and it crept in its breast and went on its belly. 4. And whereas it was the fairest of all beasts, it had been changed, and was become the ugliest of them all, instead of feeding on the best food, now it turned to eat the dust. Instead of dwelling as before in the best places, now it lived in the dust. 5. And, whereas it had been the most beautiful of all the beasts, all of which stood dumb at its beauty, it was now abhorred of them. 6. And again, whereas it dwelt in one beautiful abode, to which all the animals came from elsewhere, and where it drank, they drank also of the same. After it had become venomous, by reason of God's curse, all beasts fled from its abode, and would not drink of the water it drank, but fled from it. Chapter 18. The mortal combat with the serpent. When the cursed serpent saw Adam and Eve, it swelled its head, stood in its tail, and with eyes blood red, did as if it would kill them. 2. It made straight for Eve, and ran after her, while Adam, standing by, wept because it had no stick in his hand wherewith to smite the serpent, and knew not how to put it to death. 3. But with a heart burning for Eve, Adam approached the serpent, and held it by tail, when it turned towards him and said unto him, 4. O Adam, because of the end of Eve, I am slippery, and go upon my belly. Then by reason of its great strength, it threw down Adam and Eve and pressed upon them, as if it would kill them. 5. But God sent an angel who threw the serpent away from them, and raised them up. 6. Then the word of God came to the serpent, and said unto it, In the first instance I made thee glib, and made thee to go upon thy belly, but I did not deprive thee of speech. 7. Now, however, be thou dumb, and speak no more, thou and thy race, because in the first place has the ruin of me creatures happened through thee, and now thou wishest to kill them. 8. Then the serpent was struck dumb, and spake no more. 9. And a wind came to blow from heaven by command of God that carried away the serpent from Adam and Eve, threw it on the seashore, and it landed in India. To God be ye the glory. Please subscribe to my channel.